Smart
You
TV
probably
was just
thought yours a TV, right? A sleek black box on the wall that plays Netflix, helps you find cooking shows, maybe lets you yell Alexa, open YouTube from across the room. It's convenient, stylish, feels futuristic. But what if I told you that same TV, the one you curl up in front of every night, is listening, watching, and collecting your data almost every second? It's powered on, not to scare you, but actually, yeah, let's scare you a little. Because in 2025, smart TVs aren't just entertainment.
If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Your feedback helps shape what we cover next, and you being here keeps the conversation going. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Hubs. They're surveillance devices hiding in plain sight. And for some of the biggest brands on the market, privacy isn't a feature. It's a casualty. Welcome to the truth about smart TVs, the kind of truth that makes you want to unplug everything, toss your remote in the bin, and go live in the woods. But don't panic yet. There are ways to fight back. But first, let's expose the 5 biggest offenders and exactly what they're doing behind your screen. #5 Vizio. Budget TV, premium tracking. Let's start with Vizio. This is the brand most people buy when they want a decent 4K display without burning a hole in their wallet. But guess what? That low price, you're paying for it with your privacy. Vizio has been caught red-handed multiple times for using something called automatic content recognition, or ACR. It sounds touchy and harmless, but here's what it really means. The TV watches what you watch. Every show, every movie, every channel switch, even content coming from HDMI devices like a Blu-ray player or game console, it's all tracked. Then they bundle up that data, ship it off to advertisers, and boom, your preferences, habits, and home life are sold off like candy at a digital fairground. They faced lawsuits, paid fines, promised to change, and then didn't. In 2025, Vizio still runs ACR by default. So unless you go deep into the settings and disable it, most users never do, you're part of the system. A cheap TV that spies on you isn't a deal, it's a data exchange in disguise. Number 4, LG. The HDMI snitch. Next up, LG. LG markets itself as premium. Sleek UI. Gorgeous OLEDs. But beneath the gloss lies something called Live Plus. And this thing is wild. Live Plus doesn't just monitor what you stream. It monitors everything plugged into the TV. Your Xbox. Your Nintendo Switch. Your antique DVD player. Yep. All of it. And why? So it can serve you personalized content and advertising. Translation: more ads, more tracking, more invasion. Here's the kicker. If you don't agree to these privacy terms, LG might lock you out of basic functions. You bought the TV, you own it. But LG wants to own you back. It's like renting your own television. #3 Samsung. The silent collector. Samsung is one of the most trusted names in tech. But trust doesn't equal transparency. Here's how Samsung does it. It builds an ecosystem. Your phone, your watch, your fridge, your TV, all connected, all speaking to each other, all collecting you. The smart TV logs your voice commands, monitors your viewing behavior, tracks which apps you use and when. It then links this with data from other Samsung devices to build a full consumer profile. Sounds convenient, right? Until you realize this profile is being shared with third-party advertisers and you didn't exactly sign up for that. To Samsung's credit, there are opt-out options, somewhere. But they're buried so deep in menus and legalese, it's like trying to defuse a bomb with oven mitts. By the time most users get there, their data has already been mined 6 ways to Sunday. #to Roku, the digital peeping Tom. Roku made its name by offering simplicity. A little stick you plug in, and boom, streaming access for everyone. But under the surface, it's a privacy minefield. Roku aggressively tracks user behavior. What you watch, what you search, when you pause, what you skip. And here's where it gets messy. Roku lets third-party advertisers install their own trackers in Roku apps. It's like letting strangers pitch a tent in your backyard and then charge you rent. Worse, Roku has already faced multiple security breaches, including one involving children's data. That's not just sketchy. That's dangerous. And in 2025, nothing's changed. The breaches have led to some lawsuits and headlines, but the tracking persists. If Roku's business model were a movie, it'd be a cross between The Truman Show and Black Mirror with you as the unknowing star. #1 Amazon. Surveillance dressed as convenience. And finally, the worst offender of them all. The big boss. The all-seeing eye. Amazon. Fire TVs. Alexa integration. Whisper quiet surveillance disguised as smart living. When you use a Fire TV, you're not just watching TV, you're giving Amazon access to your entire entertainment life. What you watch, when you watch, how long you watch, which ads you skip, which menus you hover over, they track it all. But it gets deeper. If you've got Alexa, that device is always listening. Not in a paranoid tinfoil hat way, literally listening for your voice commands. And those audio clips. Stored, analyzed, matched to your behavior, combined with your Amazon shopping data. This isn't just about recommending new shows. It's full-blown profile generation. And Amazon makes it extremely hard to opt out. Some settings are fake toggles, off in appearance, but not in function. Others reset every time the device updates. It's a never-ending privacy whack-a-mole. The result? Fire TV is less of a television and more of a Trojan horse. You invited it in. It made life easier. And now it's taking notes on everything you do. So, what can you do? At this point, you might be reaching for the nearest hammer. Or muttering, I knew it. But wait, there are ways to fight back. You don't need to toss your smart TV into a lake. You just need to get a little smarter. Here's what you can do. Disable ACR. Most TVs hide this under viewing data or smart interactivity. Find it. Turn it off. Immediately, kill personalized ads. Every major brand has an ad settings menu. Dig into it. Deny everything. Use guest networks. Put your smart TV on a guest Wi-Fi network to separate it from the rest of your devices. Employ firewall rules. Tech-savvy users can set up DNS blocking or even Pi-hole tools to stop data transmissions at the source. Avoid voice commands. As cool as they are, voice assistants are surveillance devices. Mute Alexa. Skip Bixby. Use your remote. Stay updated. Watch for software updates and keep an eye on headlines. Privacy policies change all the time. The bigger picture, your data is currency. This isn't about hating technology. It's about recognizing the trade-off. These companies aren't giving you smart features out of generosity. They're monetizing your attention, your behavior, your life. In 2025, your data is the product. Your smart TV isn't just playing content, it's playing you. And if we don't push back now, the future will be even more invasive. Cameras behind bezels, biometrics in remotes. Ads tailored to your mood. It's coming. Unless we demand better. Demand transparency. Demand control. Because convenience is great but not at the cost of autonomy. So before you binge that next show, take 5 minutes. Check your settings. Turn off the trackers. Reclaim your living room. You bought the TV. Don't let it own you. You didn't ask for a spy in your home. You asked for crisp 4K resolution. For Dolby Atmos sound that rattles the windows. For voice commands that would change the game when your hands are full of popcorn. But in return, you got a machine that studies you, watches you, and sells you. What we're witnessing isn't just a tech trend. It's a silent shift. A new era where convenience has become the Trojan horse of surveillance. And we let it happen, one agree-to-terms click at a time. But let's not just talk about the technology. Let's talk about what it does to us. The illusion of comfort. Every evening, millions of people across the globe sit on their sofas, feeling safe. They believe they're in their sanctuary. The day's noise fades, and they turn on the TV, the ultimate escape. But what if your sanctuary was never silent? What if, while you laughed at that sitcom, your TV was logging how long you watched it? What if, while your toddler danced in front of the screen, it tracked the audio patterns and stored the command you accidentally muttered to Alexa? What if your choice to watch documentaries about anxiety was sold to advertisers peddling pills and breathing apps? See, that's the part no one tells you. It's not just about ads. It's about profiling. About assigning you an identity built not on who you say you are but on what you watch, what you say, what you do when no one's looking. But someone is looking. Surveillance disguised as assistance. The insidious genius of modern smart TVs isn't the tech, it's the marketing. Smart assistants. Intuitive suggestions. Voice-enhanced browsing. Translation. We want you to forget it's watching you. The companies use comforting language. They want you to feel like the TV is helping you finding what you like, anticipating your needs. They've weaponized your desire for ease and turned it into consent by default. And let's be honest, it works. We like that our TVs can recommend the next episode before we know we want it. We like that Alexa hears us from across the room. But here's the cold truth. When convenience is free, you're not the customer. You're the product. Building psychological blueprints. Let's zoom out for a second. It's not just what you're watching. It's how. The metadata. Do you rewind tense scenes? Pause romantic ones? Watch thrillers late at night? Leave the news running while you cook? These aren't just trivia. They're patterns, habits, behaviors, and behavior is currency. Advertisers, political operatives, insurers, and data brokers, they all want in. They don't just want to know you like crime shows. They want to know if you're scared, if you're alone, if you're prone to impulse buying after 11 p.m. Your TV isn't a screen anymore. It's a mirror, one that reflects more of you than you know exists, hidden in the terms you never read. But I gave them permission, some say. I clicked accept. Yes, you did. But here's the truth. You didn't read it. And you weren't meant to. Privacy agreements from major TV manufacturers are intentionally long, vague, and filled with legal misdirection. They bury dangerous clauses in between bland language about enhancing your user experience. You accepted because you wanted to watch Stranger Things, not read stranger terms. You were tired, hungry, maybe tipsy, and that's when they strike. The reality. Consent isn't meaningful when it's coerced. When the alternative is a $1,500 paperweight with half its features disabled. That's not a contract. That's manipulation. The industry of invisibility. Let's follow the data trail. You think your information is staying with the TV manufacturer. Think again. Your data passes through multiple layers. Device manufacturer like Samsung, Roku, etc. Ad tech partners. Third-party trackers embedded in apps. Data brokers, retail algorithms, behavioral analytics firms. And these companies sell each other the data often in real time. Your household preferences might be cross-referenced with your mobile data, purchase history, even your fitness tracker. This is not paranoia. It's the business model. The modern surveillance economy doesn't steal your data. It rents you out. Resistance begins with awareness. So what now? Do we rip TVS off the wall? Throw our remotes into the sea? Maybe. But if you're not ready for that, start here. Kill voice commands. Go into your settings. Mute the mic. Do it now. Disable content recognition. It's buried in menus with names like interactivity or smart ads. Find it. Shut it off. Use external devices. Plug in a non-smart HDMI device and use that as your media center. Don't give the TV direct access. Segment your network. Create a guest Wi-Fi just for smart devices. Don't let your phone or laptop share data highways with your TV. Firewall everything. Use a Pi-hole or custom DNS to block known tracking domains. It's easier than you think. Read firmware updates. Sometimes they re-enable tracking. Stay vigilant. Don't use built-in apps. Use a clean media stick with privacy-focused firmware, like a jailbroken Fire Stick or Raspberry Pi-based server. You're not helpless. You just need to stop playing defense and go on the offense. A culture waking up. Here's the silver lining. People are waking up. Privacy is no longer a fringe issue, it's mainstream. It's dinner table conversation. It's legislation. It's revolt. In 2025, we're seeing a new kind of consumer, the conscious digital citizen. They're choosing open source media boxes. They're reading the fine print. They're organizing online. And they're calling out companies that cross the line. Because we've seen what happens when surveillance becomes the norm. We've seen how data can influence elections, manipulate markets, and sell back our own lives to us. The smart TV is only one front in a much bigger war, a war for agency, for sovereignty, for truth. And that war is just beginning. The real question, how much are you willing to trade? At the heart of all this is a simple question. What is your attention worth? Not to the advertisers. To you? What is the cost of losing that sacred feeling, the one where you come home, turn on the TV, and relax, knowing no one is watching? What is the price of replacing that with a nagging doubt? A whisper in the back of your head saying, maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud. The real theft here isn't your data. It's your peace. Remember this. Every time you turn on your TV, ask yourself, who's watching me back? Who's profiting from my attention? Who has the right to know my patterns, my fears, my habits? Because the line between entertainment and exploitation is razor thin, and someone moved it without telling you. You deserve better. You paid for the TV. Don't pay again with your privacy. If you made it this far, you're already ahead. You're not asleep. You're not passive. You're aware. And in a world designed to keep you comfortable and compliant. Awareness is the most dangerous form of rebellion. Now go change your settings before the screen changes you. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, okay, but what are they really going to do with my TV habits? It's not like I'm watching State Secrets. You're not alone. That's what they count on. They want you to believe that what you do is too boring to matter. That your voice, your viewing, Your patterns are just digital dust. Harmless. Meaningless. But here's the twist. Your boring is gold to them. It's not just what you watch. It's when, how long, who's in the room when you watch it, how often you pause. If you skip opening credits, if you binge late at night, they're building a psychological fingerprint, not just a consumer profile. And it doesn't end at your TV. That smart speaker on your shelf, listening. That phone in your pocket, watching. That camera above your screen, dormant until it isn't. All of it, synced, merged, monetized. You're not being watched like a criminal. You're being studied like a subject. An experiment in attention. A behavioral lab rat running the maze of digital convenience, except this time, you paid for the cage. And here's the kicker. You can't see it happening. That's the design. It's invisible, seamless, comfortable. The spyware isn't in the shadows anymore. It's built into the user experience. They made spying feel like service. But once you see it, truly see it, you can't unsee it. You start noticing the subtle manipulation. That ad you swear you never searched for. That suggestion that feels a little too personal. That eerie moment when your TV mentions a topic you spoke about only in the privacy of your living room. Coincidence, or pattern? And once you catch on, the question changes. It's no longer is this happening? It becomes, why did I ever think this was normal? So, now what? You reclaim your power. Not by throwing it all away, but by making informed, intentional choices. Because privacy isn't a switch. It's a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You start reading terms. You dig into settings. You separate your devices. You stop sleepwalking and start paying attention. That's when the power shifts. That's when the game changes. Not because big tech gave you back control, but because you took it. So go on, pull back the curtain, reclaim your screen, and remember, the battle for your freedom isn't being fought in some distant courtroom or protest line. It's being fought in your living room, one setting at a time. And this time, you're not watching. You're waking up. You haven't even chosen a show yet, and it already knows what you're likely to pick. Is that convenience? Or is that conditioning? And when you're the product, your autonomy becomes the cost of doing business. But here's the truth they don't want you to believe. You are not powerless. That remote in your hand, it's not just for switching channels. It's your first weapon in the quiet war for your digital freedom. Start by turning off the microphone. Disable the voice assistant. Dig into those layered settings, the ones they bury 3 submenus deep, hoping you won't look. Turn off viewing data sharing. Kill personalized content recommendations. Not in my home. Not through my screen. Because this isn't just about watching TV anymore. This is about watching who's watching you. And deciding, finally, to stop playing the role of the observed. And become, again, the observer. Thanks so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you're officially part of the small percentage of people who don't just click away, and that means a lot. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me your thoughts, your ideas, or even what you'd like to see next. I read every single one of them, and your feedback genuinely shapes the direction of this channel. If you enjoyed the video, tap that like button. It tells YouTube this content is worth sharing. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload. We've got more exciting videos coming, and trust me, you'll want to be here for them. This channel is just getting started, and your support helps it grow faster than you realize. Thank you again for spending a part of your day here with me. Stay curious, stay motivated, and as always, take care of yourself. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.